Awesome. Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, I want to show you how you can get um, emails and phone numbers from just the name and company. So this is basically another workflow within Clay. The old way of doing this would be to manually scrape, pull from multiple different databases, data sources, LinkedIn, all this kind of stuff, push information from one software to the next software, scraping, having to organize everything using Google Sheets, Excel, etc., to push everything and getting information lost and everything like that. Instead, this is quite literally you start with one data point, and from that one data point, you're able to enrich it completely to find the validated work email addresses and their phone numbers and the company and every other bit of information you might possibly want, all within a template that's completely automatic. And you could do this for thousands of prospects with one click, essentially. So I'm going to show you how this would work. So we would go add to workspace, and then this is just a template, and you can customize it however you want, but this is the starting point, so it's a template. So we have the person's name and we have the company name, and then we have the job title. So it says here that if we start with quite literally just the person's name and just the person's company. So imagine you've got a bunch of people and a bunch of companies that they work at, but you're like, cool, I don't have any other information. I don't have their website. I don't have their email addresses. I don't have anything, right? What do I do now? How do I find this information? Well, like I said, the old way of doing this would be to upload it to data enrichment places and then try one place. And if that doesn't work, try another place. But each place that you try is a new subscription and more money and more time to import, export, all this kind of stuff. And it's a pain in the ass and very difficult to do. But instead, with Clay Workflows, we can start with just this information and we can push and we can get the domain. Then once we have the domain, we can then find their LinkedIn URL, right? So, we've literally gone from having just their name and the company name to finding the LinkedIn URL, to then finding their work email, to then finding, so again, this is a waterfall here. So if it hasn't found their work email with find email, it'll try to tag Tagman. If it can't find it, we'll try it with Hunter, and so on and so forth. Then it will push out their validated work email. So that means the final validated email address that you are safe to send to, that will then be spit out. And then we're trying to find the mobile number. And you can see here that, yes, we haven't been able to find all three of these, but if you were to have a larger list, it will find a certain percentage, right? So we tried to find mobile number from here, then tried here, then tried here, then tried, obviously because we found it here, we've not tried here. So, and then at the end of this, we've got just from their name, just from the name, and just from the company name. So imagine you have a list of people and you have a list of companies and you're like, cool, how do we contact these people? What do I do? Right? Again, the old way of doing this would be to use multiple different data sources, to have different subscriptions to everything. You would have to quite literally have a subscription to most likely sales nav, most likely find email, most likely to tag member, most likely Hunter, then some verification tool, and then you'd have to Nimbler, and so on and so forth, right? You'd have to have subscriptions to every single one of these, which costs several $100s per month, whereas within Clay, you can have all of this for one fee, essentially. All right. And all you need to do is have the person's name and the person's company. So you could have an old or list of contacts in your CRM that you have their name and the company, but you're like, okay, we might as well contact these people, right? They fit your ideal customer. Well, how do we do that? We put it into this workflow, put it into this template, and it'll spit out the mobile number and the email addresses so you can now get in contact, right? And that's all you'd have to do. And then you could personalize this even more. You can add different columns, you can enrich, you can do all sorts of different things. But the idea of this is to give you an indication of how you could build out a workflow from scratch with just a couple of data points completely automatically. This did it. Literally, I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was, obviously this is a template, right? But all I would have to do is just add these two. So you can have a little Excel sheet or something, bit of information somewhere, data source somewhere with this, and you would just upload it, and that's it. That's all you need to do one time, and then the rest of it is done. And it does it completely automatically. And then you can link this up, and you can enrich data, and you could go AI, you can Clayagent, you can do all sorts of different things, right? You can see all the different enrichments that you could do, so that ultimately you're finding information around the prospects that you need to be able to reach out to them. And then from there, to be able to know when to reach out to them and what information to use when reaching out to them to make your message more relevant so that you're more able to get a response, stand out in the inbox, and get more meetings and close more deals. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to learn more about how to do this and you don't want to tinker by yourself and you want to just kind of go straight to someone that knows a bit more about this, then feel free to book in a call below. And we can run through the kind of workflows that you would like to build, or that you would like to understand. And, we can kind of see if you're a fit, and if this is something that you're looking to do and sort of where you're at in your cold email journey. But this is mainly, again, for marketing agencies, just B2Bs in general that have case studies, testimonials, and software companies. So if you're any of those three, and you've got case studies and testimonials, and you'd like to potentially work together, and we can see if you're a fit. We don't work with anyone. We are relatively picky about it. So if that sounds like you, then feel free to book in a call, and I can have a chat with you and see where you're at. But yeah, I hope you are finding these videos useful around sort of workflows. Clay workflows are incredibly powerful, and again, not many people are actually utilizing them to their full benefit. So if you can learn how to do it, you'll have a massive advantage with cold emails and just outbound in general. So yeah, hopefully this video is useful, and if it is, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.